Hello students, welcome to class 11 physics class. Today we start a new chapter, motion in a plane, that means two-dimensional motion. In previous chapter we had learned about the motion of any particle along a straight line. Straight line motion or rectilinear motion is motion in one dimension. Now, in this chapter, we will consider both motion in two dimension and three dimension. In two dimensional motion, path of the particle is constrained to lie in a fixed plane. Example of such motion: motion of projectile, motion of moon around the sun, circular motion, and many more. To solve problems of motion in a plane, we need to generalize kinematic language of previous chapter to a more general using vector notation in 2 and 3 dimension. Okay. So that's why first of all we have to understand vector quantity and scalar quantity. We know that the physical quantities, those are measured, are the quantities those are measured are called physical quantities. Now physical quantities are two types. One is a vector, another one is a scalar. So vector means or scalar means the physical quantity which have only the magnitude, no direction, are called scalar quantities. Example: mass, volume, density, time. And the physical quantities which have both magnitude and direction also, and they obey the vector addition rule. In this chapter we discuss the vector addition rules. 3 rules are there, but not in this video. Next video we discuss the vector addition. Okay, so the physical quantities which have both magnitude and direction and they obey the laws of vector addition are called vector quantities. Example: displacement, velocity, force, etc. Okay. So how we represent a vector? We represent a vector quantity, or if any quantity is a vector quantity, how we use a arrow sign of arrowhead over it, a straight line with an arrowhead over it. It has a meaning. This arrow has some meaning. That straight line that gives us the magnitude or the value, and the arrowhead, that arrowhead, it's see in the diagram, direction is mentioned over there. This arrowhead gives us the specific direction. That's why any physical quantity, those are vector physical quantity, are represented by a straight line with an arrowhead over it. Example, one example also I will write here. Suppose a body has a velocity of 40 km per hour due east direction. So if we chosen that distance 1 centimeter is equals to 10 km. So we need four division of that straight line. See in this figure, that tail and head. The tail we divide in 4 sections and each section having 10 km. Okay, so 10, 10, 10, 10, that is 40 km per hour, and the direction is mentioned over there due to east. That's why it is a east direction. The right hand side is a east direction. So that vector OA is that vector. So we can represent OA straight line with the arrowhead over it. O is the terminal point, initial point, or it is called tail, and A is the head or terminal point. Okay. in sometimes in higher studies you see that some vector quantities are written as a bold letter, in a bold letter, such are in this chapter also you studied not the bold letter but some vector are represented by a single letter of alphabets. For example, force vector. Force vector is denoted by the first alphabet of force, that is F, or arrowhead over it. Or in higher studies, when you studied the force vector, in some that books you see that the force vector is written as bold letter. That bold means also it represents the vector quantity. So in this way we can represent any vector quantity. Now we discuss some definition of different kind of vectors which we used in this chapter later. So first and very important is the position vector. From that name we get the definition. Position vector, which gives us the position of any object or any point. But because this is a two-dimensional case, so we have 2D space. 2D means two axes are there, x and y. So in two-dimensional, the position vector is defined as, our position vector is gives us the position of a certain point or object relative to the origin. That's why we draw that line from the origin with respect to origin where that point or object is situated. That is called position vector at a certain time. Okay, it is represented by a straight line between the origin and the position at time t at or the position at point P, and it is denoted by r vector. R vector, small r vector is the position vector with respect to origin. Because the point P has some coordinate x comma y, it has some value in x and also y. Okay, so that's why in 2D the position vector is a vector which gives us the position of the object at a certain time t relative to the origin, and it is represented by a straight line between origin and that point. Clear? Okay. Now the next vector is displacement vector. It is also very important. So displacement vector of an object between the 2 points is a straight line between the 2 points irrespective of the path followed. That means from that position vector, that diagram, if we consider 2 points P and Q, and from origin one position vector represent the point P, another one position vector represent the point Q at certain time, P at time t and Q at time t dash. That means one object is situated at time t at a point P. Okay, it is this initial point. Now it will displace P to Q at a certain time t dash. So Q also has some position vector. So that's why we join Q point to the origin by a straight line that gives us the position vector of Q. Now the distance between, displacement between P to Q, that arrow sign, this arrow sign P to Q, because object displaced from P to Q, that's why the arrow is P to Q. This is called displacement vector. This is called displacement vector. That's why in one sentence we can say that the change in position vector of an object is known as displacement vector, because first it is situated at point P, then it will changes to P to Q. So its this position vector also changes after some time t. That's why this displacement P to Q, this is denoted by a vector or a straight line with arrow sign. This is called displacement vector. Okay, so displacement vector means the position vector of q minus position vector of p. If we say that the for q this is r2, for p that this is r1, so r2 minus r1. Okay. Okay, so now third number, polar vector. The vectors which have a starting point, or it will start from a origin. Okay, that kind of vectors are called polar vector. Any vector which have a starting point or the point of application from where it will apply. That means it has some origin. That is, that type of vectors are called polar vector. Example already we studied: displacement vector, velocity vector, force, because they have some origin or point of application. Okay, now next is equal vector. Equal vector, from that name we get the answer. Equal vector. Equal means when we say that anything is equal, when the value is same for both cases or both objects. So here also, if we consider two vectors and if their magnitudes are same and they have the same direction, their magnitude also same and they have in the same direction, then that vectors are called equal vectors. In this diagram, you see that A vector and B vector, both magnitude are same and both are in the same direction. That's why A and B vector are the equal vectors. Clear? Okay. Now negative vector. Negative vector, if two vector having same magnitude, just opposite to the equal vector. If two vectors have same magnitude but in opposite direction, then that vectors are called negative vector. In this figure, you see that A vector and B vector are opposite in direction but their magnitude are same. So we can say that B equals to minus A vector. That means A is the negative vector of B, because B equals to minus of A vector. That means A is the negative vector of B, or we can say that B is the negative vector of A, because in case of A we can write A equals to minus B, or B equals to minus A, or you can write A equals to minus B. So if you write B equals to minus A, that means A is the negative vector of B vector. If you write A equals to minus B vector, then you can write B vector is the negative vector of A vector. Clear? Okay. Next, zero vector or null vector. It is a very important vector. Zero vector, from definition, zero means its magnitude is 0. That's why nothing is there. That means this is called null vector. A vector whose initial and the terminal points are coincide, then we say that this is a zero vector. If its starting point and ending point is same, like a displacement, no displacement is there, then it is called zero vector or null vector. A zero vector has the magnitude is 0. It is represented by 0 over an arrow sign. Okay. Now what is the importance of zero vector? Suppose two vectors A and B, and if A equals to minus B, then in normally mathematically we can write A plus B equals to 0. But in vector we cannot write only the 0, because the addition of two vectors always be a vector, not a result, a normal number. So A plus B, that is equals to 0 vector, because 0 vector has magnitude 0. So this equation is now true or valid equation. So it is applicable as well as the vector also and the mathematical normal algebraic mathematics also. So x equals to minus y. So x plus y equals to, we write 0. But in case of a vector, the addition of two vector gives us a vector quantity, not any number, single number. 0 is a single number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, any number. That's why to maintain the law, vector addition law, So A vector plus B vector, that is equals to 0 vector. Because 0 vector has a magnitude is 0, that's why the equation is true. Okay. Now the meaning of this 0 vector can be understood from the following examples. You can understand from the following example. The position vector started, that means it's the straight line between the origin and that point. So position vector of the origin at the origin point, at the point of origin, the position vector, what is the position vector? Is a 0 vector, because at origin its coordinate is 0, 0. Because we studied here vector, so we cannot write any number or any scalar quantity. So to maintain that concept, that 0, 0, that means the origin has a 0 value, in 0 in magnitude. That's why we say that the position vector of the origin is a 0 vector. Now, velocity vector of a stationary body. Stationary body means which is fixed at a certain point. So when it is fixed, it does not have any initial velocity, that is 0. So for that kind of object, we can use the 0 vector because its magnitude is 0. So for both cases it is applicable. It is also 0 and it is also follow the vector rules also. Same way, the acceleration vector of a body is in uniform motion is a 0 vector. Displacement of a stationary particle. Stationary particle cannot be displaced from one point to another point. That means its initial point and the final point is same. So if no displacement is there, so we can say that that is a 0. The value is 0. But in vector, this is a 0 vector because its magnitude is 0. So both statements are same, but the way you can represent that is different because you studied the vector 2D, two dimensional. That's why always we use the vector, that vector quantity, 0 vector, this vector, okay, in terms of vector. Here, okay. Now the properties, 0 vector or null vector has some properties. What is that property? In mathematics, if we add 0 plus 1, any number with 0, then we get that number only. So same way, if we, when a 0 vector is added with another vector, the result, as a result we get that vector. That means if we add a vector A with a 0 vector, as a result we get the A vector. Now if we subtract 0 vector from a vector A, so what will be the result? We get the A vector. 1 minus 0 equals to 1. So here A vector minus 0 vector equals to A vector. Now if we multiply 0 vector with any non-zero scalar quantity, non-zero scalar quantity means not a vector quantity, any scalar quantity. Okay, so if we multiply it with a 0, then what we get? 0 vector 2 into 0, 0, 3 into 0, 0, A into 0, 0. If A is a scalar quantity, then A into 0 is 0. So we cannot write the 0, we write the 0 vector because its magnitude is 0. And when a vector is multiplied by a 0, now this point is multiplied with a non-zero scalar, okay. And here when a vector is multiplied with a 0, then again we get the 0 vectors. These are the properties of 0 vector. Okay. Now next one is a unit vector. This is a very important vector. In later when we discuss the many more things related to vector, we use this unit vector. Unit vector is nothing but gives us the direction of that vector, of the given vector. It is a vector having unit magnitude. Unit vector means it having unit magnitude. It is used to denote the direction of that given vector, in which direction it will move or it will direct it. That gives us the that we get from the unit vector. So any unit vector notation, the unit vector denoted by, if we consider a cap, it will be read at like this way, a cap or a hat. That triangle sign, okay. So this is the notation of a unit vector. This is how you can read it, a cap or a hat. If you write in place of a, x or y or j, j cap, x cap, y cap, here I will use the a for notation of purpose. The main thing, that triangle sign, not the triangle, just arrow, only the arrow mark over there. It looks like a cap or hat. That's why it is known as a cap or a hat. So how we define it, how we can, what is a mathematical expression of this unit vector? So if we consider any vector is a vector, it can be expressed in terms of its unit vectors, that is equals to a vector equals to a hat dot or into a. A is the magnitude of the vector a. A is the magnitude of the vector a. That means we also studied later the magnitude of a vector, that is called modulus of vector, modulus of a vector. Modulus means we get the magnitude. Suppose 2a vector. So 2a vector means 2 is the magnitude. Here, so a cap into the magnitude of a vector, that is only write as a. Don't use the vector sign over there. When you write the magnitude vector, magnitude of the given vector, don't use the vector sign. So a vector equals to unit vector a cap or a hat into a. So from that we can write a hat equals to a vector by a. That means a vector by modulus of a. The direction of a hat is same as the direction of that given vector, that means a vector. Clear? I think it is clear. Now if we talks about the coordinate system x, y and z, and here also we use the unit vector, which gives us the, from any problem, if these unit vectors are used, then we can easily understand it is denoted x axis, or x direction it is denoted y direction, it is denoted z direction. And in this purpose we use y for along x I, along y j, along z k. I hat, j hat and k hat are used to specify the positive x, y and z direction respectively. It is not necessary to always it is located at the origin. Anywhere it can be located, okay, or in a coordinate space. Just it gives us the direction. I hat means positive x direction. If minus I hat is there, that means negative x direction. J hat means positive y direction, minus j hat means negative y direction. K hat means positive z direction, minus k hat means negative z direction. So in coordinate system we can also use this unit vectors, and later already also we use this unit vectors in place of x, y and z. So when I, j and k is there, that means you can understand it is along x axis, y and z axis. Okay. Next vector is the collinear vector. Collinear vector are those vectors that acts either along the same line or along parallel lines. This vector may act either in the same direction or in the opposite direction. That means either they will situated at a single line, same line, or in a parallel to each other, and either it will be the same direction or in the opposite direction. So two consideration is there. First consideration, either they will be situated in a same line or parallelly. parallel to each other. Second consideration, either they will be same direction or the opposite direction. So depending upon this two consideration, collinear vectors are two types. First type, you see that figure A and V vector are in a same line and or in a parallel line. Magnitude is same or not same, it does not matter here. But two vectors, any two vectors A and B, they are situated, I will draw the both picture, they will situated at the same line or they will parallel to each other. And second consideration, either they will the same direction or in opposite direction. So here both are the same direction. So both are the same direction, that means the angle between these two vectors are 0 degree, because both are parallel and both are in the same direction in the same line. That means no angle is formed between them. So theta equals to 0 degree. So this kind of vector are called parallel vector. When the vectors acts along a same line or parallel to each other in a same direction are called parallel vectors. Just opposite to the parallel vector, first consideration is same. Either they will be in a same line or parallel to each other. Just second consideration is different. They are opposite in direction. So when both vectors are opposite in direction, that means the angle between them is 180 degree or pi. So this kind of vector where the angle between both are the opposite direction, either they will be in the same line or the parallel to each other, but theta equals to pi or 180 degree. This kind of vectors are called anti-parallel vectors. So collinear vectors are two types, parallel vectors and anti-parallel vectors. When you define collinear vector, this all together you can write that either they will be same line or parallel to each other, or either they will be same direction or in opposite direction, because both mixed, parallel and anti-parallel, both are a part of a collinear vector. But when you define parallel and anti-parallel, then you just separate it. Clear? Okay. Next one is the modulus of a vector. That modulus, unit vector, we use the modulus, the magnitude of the vector. The modulus vector means the length or the magnitude of the vector. It is a scalar quantity because only we get the magnitude. So if any vector is a vector, the modulus, these two parallel lines, these are the sign of modulus. Modulus of a vector, that is equals to only we can write a. So only a, that is a scalar quantity because we cannot use the vector. So this a is a magnitude of that vector. Later we discuss in details how we can find out the magnitude of any vector. Okay. So this type of vectors are there, many vectors are there, but just here I will discuss the main or important vectors, those vectors we used later, that kinds, many vectors are there. Okay. In higher studies also you also studied the many types of vectors. Now the next topic is multiplication of a vector by a real number. If we multiply any vector with any real number, suppose lambda, so we get a new vector that is a lambda into a vector, and if we consider that is a b vector, so b vector equals to, we can write lambda into a vector. Now if lambda is positive, then the direction of new vector or that b vector or lambda a vector is same as that of a. If lambda is negative, then the direction of new vector, that is b vector, or the product of that two real number and the vector that are opposite to that of the a. So it depends upon the value of real number. If real number is positive, then the direction of vector and the new vector, after multiplication what we get, that new vector, both are same direction. But if lambda is negative, both are in opposite direction. Example, first we consider lambda equals to 2 positive value and second lambda equals to minus 2 negative value. So suppose we get that already we discussed the b vector is that new vector lambda into a. So first we put the value positive value b equals to 2a. So the direction of b vector is same as that of the a vector. And if we put lambda equals to minus 2, that means we get b vector equals to minus 2a. So the direction of that b vector is opposite to that of the a vector as shown in the figure also. Okay. Now if we multiply a vector by a scalar, then what happens? So when we multiply a vector by a scalar which has a certain unit, the unit of resultant lambda a vector are obtained by multiplying the units of a by the units of lambda. So here we consider lambda is any scalar quantity. So scalar quantity has no direction, but it has a magnitude, it has a unit. So when we multiply any vector quantity with any scalar quantity, and so scalar quantity also has some unit, that vector quantity also has some unit. So whatever the new product we get, suppose b vector b any or lambda into a vector, so the unit of that new vector, it is also obtained by the multiply of unit of vector a and unit of lambda. Example, suppose a velocity vector, when a velocity vector, velocity is a vector, is multiplied by a mass. Mass is a scalar quantity. So vector quantity multiplied by a scalar quantity. Velocity vector multiplied by a mass. Why? What we get? M into v, that is called linear momentum or simply momentum. So this momentum is also a vector quantity. You remember this one, because here this will be multiplied. The new term, that is we get lambda into a vector. So the product also be a vector quantity. So when the velocity vector multiplied by a scalar quantity, that is mass, we get momentum, and the unit of momentum we get obtained by multiply the velocity unit and the mass unit of mass, that is velocity unit is meter per second and the mass unit is kg. So the momentum unit is kg meter per second. It is a vector quantity and it is denoted by p vector. P vector is a momentum vector and its dimension, you know how we can find out the dimension. Dimension is ml to the power minus 1. Understood? So if any vector is multiplied by a scalar quantity, whatever the new product we get, that is also be a scalar quantity, and the unit of that new product or new vector, that obtained by the multiplied of a vector, unit of that vector and unit of the scalar quantity. Understood? Okay. So in next class we discuss the vector addition. 3 rules are there: triangle law, and or sometimes it is called head and tail method. Another one is a polygon law and parallelogram law, and some properties also be there. Okay. Have a nice day. If you have any queries, if you have any doubts, please write in a comment box. Thank you.